Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding.
Rick, the disclaimer just stopped. I don't know if it's still playing, just letting you know.
Yeah, I stopped it because the audio is not coming through on live stream or properly here, so I have to restart it again and try a different.
No problem. It was coming through here.
Okay. Yep. Okay, I'll try it again.
Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GANs processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine, irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension. which is beyond imagination, or what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 214th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice, here on Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Cramond. I'll be a host today, along with Mark, who is also a co-host, and I believe we're ready to start today's program. So let me get the correct frame up here, and we will begin with members of the Universal Council.
Hello, everyone. Welcome everyone once again to the One Planet, One Nation, One Race for Justice and World Peace. This is Masfik representing Bengali language. And as we all know, this is a diverse planet. We arrive as souls from different parts of the universe to participate in this experience on this planet. And we take up different shapes. We speak different languages. And each of these each of us bring a different perspective, a different way of learning, a different way of expressing the beauty of the Creator. And we learn from each other. and we learn from each other and add new dimension to this expression of creative endeavor that, as part of being a creator, we bring. So yes, not all of us are similarly disposed, and some of us got ensnared by various elements of this material world, and it is not bad, but what it is necessary is to elevate the soul and make them participate in this justice and world peace in their own way, and they contribute irrespective of their disposition. Some may call them bad, evil, and all that, but they too provide their contribution in the elevation of all of us. So let's not forget that and do the best we can to bring them into the fold. And in doing so, no matter how much or how far they go, we all benefit and we all create better environment. And on top of that, we all enrich our experience as we create new conditions, new environments to bring forth more beauties of various kinds. And the beauty of this beauty is there is no end to it. So through the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal and all are as creators as they are created in the image of the Creator. Next slide, please. Maybe I'm not, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. Rick, if you can move to the next slide, please, if you're hearing us.
Okay, so we will, as usual, we will elevate the souls of those who are involved in the peace negotiation, 5+1, and the soul of IEA, and the meeting that's going on in Vienna, along with the world leaders and religious leaders that are currently involved in the process. And in doing so, we also elevate all beings of this planet, humans and others, and to create an environment where this peace and justice thrives, and the leaders take their rightful position in serving and benefiting all. So with that, we go into 5 minutes silence.
Hi, everybody. This is Dean, representing the English language for the UC support. This is the conclusion of the 5-minute silence for the souls of the 5+1 peace negotiators and the souls of the IAEA and all the souls working for peace in Vienna, and for the souls of world and for the souls of world leaders and religious leaders of planet Earth. Thank you all very much for being silent and being present in that moment, giving unconditionally to the for that 5 minutes of silence. And as we know, deep within inside ourselves, within our field strength that we all possess and we all have, within the soul, which is unlimited in its ability to reach across and touch all the souls. So when you connect with your thoughts and intentions with your soul and give to another soul, it receives that field strength, that energy flow pack that you initiate with your thoughts and your feelings of unconditional giving and loving towards another being, another soul. And when level, we can connect with those people that we see in this mess leader present, which is countless numbers of beings, of entities, of eternal beings and souls that are present on the planet and beyond, into the galaxies and solar systems of the universes that exist within ourselves, within our own structure, within every cell of our body, and also reach out across the unicos and touch other souls and beings that are present in other dimensions, but very present with us in this moment, with their understanding as a soul and their soul intentions to give unconditionally back and forward that energy flow of receiving and giving. So when we give to the world leaders and when we elevate the souls, we touch the soul. We become that magnet that that moves another soul as a repositioned magnet. And because we're given this of peace within, we say peace in Vienna, we say peace across the planet, we say peace within inside ourselves. When we reach this this condition and we have this intention, so it's the intention is the most incredibly important position. When you have when you have the correct intention and you send that field strength out, and you just with a thought, you sense it straight away. I've sensed it many times myself when I interact with other creatures, other beings. For instance, with I've noticed with let's say in a position of animals within the structure of the planet Earth. When you have an intention of giving to them and loving, they know that intuitively inside themselves straight away, and that field strength radiates to them almost telepathically, so instant communication. They receive that information from your field, from your heart chakra, from your soul, however you'd like to describe it, and they interact with it. They know instinctively that if your intentions are good or bad. I noticed some time ago there was an instance where I saw some creatures, some birds that were outside, and they were feeding on a table, on a wooden bird feeding table, and they were just sat there and feeding away. And then I approached the window, and I was inside a building, and a few birds came through that I've never seen before, and you couldn't actually hear this. The bird in themselves would never have actually heard me say this, because it was just a thought in my own structure. And I just said, wow. And as I thought the words wow, and my mouth responded slightly to this, the birds scattered very, very quickly, as if they heard it instantly within their structure, which of course they did, because on a soul level and on that zero time communications, they have that instinct, that built-in system within them. They've tapped into this ability in nature to be of a field strength that is universal, planetary and universal inside each and every one of us. And we all have that within inside us. So when we intentionally give to the world leaders and religious leaders, and any soul that requires an energy transfer, a field strength of beauty, of something that we have, and if we have a surplus of energy, we can give that energy to another soul to elevate and bring them to a position of balance and to aid this condition of unconditional giving and receiving on planet Earth and across our solar systems and galaxies and the universes and the unicos. So those 5 minutes of silence can be very, very beautiful for each and every single one of us. And as we, as I said, as we give our thoughts and intentions to these particular souls, we become that wonderful, beautiful magnet that repositions all the other magnets around us, because we have a right condition, a right field strength, a right intention that radiates and touches the other souls. And so this goes beyond the matter state, goes into the plasmatic state, goes onto a soul level communication. And when we tap into that communication, when we actually become still and we really tap into that communication, we do touch the other souls in this very moment, in this moment. And we become something more than just our thoughts and intentions as a human being, when we have some limitations of what we believe ourselves to be. So when we open up and become a sphere, and we allow our field strength to be all around us in every direction, and giving, then we become more than what we've been conditioned to believe. We are unconditional. We are a radiant sun that has the ability to touch a field strength that goes across multi-dimensional and in every aspect of the planet, and to touch the matter state. So when we learn to initiate our soul, we can touch the matter state and create conditions of beauty for all the souls that are present by giving unconditionally. So these 5 minutes of silence can be silence in every moment within inside ourselves, that then leads to a condition of peace across the planet. Because if it's from one cell in our body to a universe being the same process, then in this moment, with a thought and an intention, we touch the soul, we elevate, and we have that peace. Thank you all. Thank you for listening.
Shweta, I see your microphone's open, but I don't hear any sound coming through.
That's correct. We don't hear sound.
Rick, Mark, would UC like me to say something? Would you like to say something, Marie?
Yes. First thing, maybe you could make me a panelist, Rick. Is that possible? So I can say something about this. this is the call to all knowledge seekers, and it's the I'm back. This is the Dome of Peace, or the Peace Dome. So we are still spraying the cup number 1 around us, everywhere, in the nature, around your house, on yourself. And by doing this, we create this dome of plasmatic fields. And we have the intention of peace. So then this plasma bubble, in a way, grows. And this is what this beautiful picture shows. It's this bubble of peace, because we fill it with the intention of peace. So we enforce the peace on this planet by doing that. So we are still encouraging everyone to spray on Sundays, and it's at 6 p.m. and 12 p.m. on Sundays, I think. So it's a joint operation we do. And there is also initiative from the Hispanic people with Liliana. And I think there is even a Zoom meeting where you can share your experience and things on Sundays at these times. Okay, there is something extra today, Rick, and I sent you a document because I've been asked by Rafael. He wanted to share something from the Brazilian community, which is not in the presentation to you other people who knows the presentation, but maybe we can do that now. Is that possible? And is Rafael available?
Yes, sure. Just a minute.
Are you there, Rafael?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, welcome.
Hello, thank you, Marie. Okay, first of all, thank you for allowing me here to speak. We would like to read first in English, and then I would like to read this document also in Portuguese language. And so I think the document is explained for itself, but I came here to share with you. So the title is The Power of Intention, Brazil Telegram Restored. Suddenly last week, we received information that the Brazilian Supreme Court was going to shut down Telegram in 5 days. We couldn't understand how this case got so quickly to the highest court in the land. We all felt this would disturb our work. Then, towards the end of the silence period in our daily intention, we asked people to focus on resolution of the situation with Telegram. People felt a surge of energy through the group. To our surprise, right after our intention, a news flash came. That Telegram just received the email from the Supreme Court, which previously had been lost. So the next day, we organized our intention more clearly. Again, there was a great power in our group. And 1 day later, the Supreme Court said Telegram would remain open. We just want everybody to know that the power to change our world is within us, and we encourage all the countries to organize themselves. It's hard to accept the simplicity with which we have access to the soul of the Creator. It's finding that sincere emotion and feeling inside and wanting to serve others. Believe it or not, we started with just the sincere wish of 2 people. That's all you need to start, and then the rest grows. Thank you for listening. So I would like to speak in Portuguese. Então, vou ler em português para quem está acompanhando em língua portuguesa e começa assim o título: Poder da Intenção, Telegram no Brasil recuperado. Então, de repente, semana passada, recebemos a informação de que o Supremo Tribunal Federal Brasileiro iria bloquear o Telegram em 5 dias. Não conseguíamos entender como esse caso chegou de forma tão rápida ao mais alto tribunal do país. Todos nós sentimos que isso iria atrapalhar nosso trabalho. Então, ao final do período de silêncio de nossa intenção diária, pedimos às pessoas que se concentrassem na resolução da situação com o Telegram. As pessoas sentiram uma onda de energia através do grupo. Para nossa surpresa, logo após nossa intenção, chegou uma notícia que o Telegram tinha acabado de receber o e-mail da Suprema Corte que anteriormente havia sido perdido. No dia seguinte, organizamos nossa intenção com mais clareza. Novamente, havia um grande poder em nosso grupo. E um dia depois, a Suprema Corte disse que o Telegram permaneceria aberto. Só queremos que todos saibam que o poder de mudar nosso mundo está dentro de nós. E incentivamos todos os países a se organizarem. É difícil aceitar a simplicidade com a qual temos acesso à alma do Criador. É encontrando essa emoção e sentimento sincero dentro de nós e esse querer servir aos outros. E acredite ou não, começamos apenas com um desejo sincero de 2 pessoas. É tudo o que você precisa para começar, e depois o resto acontece e cresce. Obrigado por escutar. So, thank you very much everybody for listening, and this document we will share in the Telegram groups of Keshe Foundation. Thank you very much. Thank you, Marie.
Thank you. And while I'm here and Rafael is here, I will invite everyone to the TV Galactica show tonight. It's 11 PM CET, and it's questions from the TV Galactica audience, which is answered by the Universal Council. So you are all welcome. And the link will be shared in all the Telegram groups on Telegram. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. This is Stefania. I don't know if you can hear me. I hope.
Yes,
we hear you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was really great to listen the testimonial of Rafael. Yes, I had also women contact me in the private chat where they saying that they also connecting. She's. I don't think she's a knowledge seeker, or I don't know where she gets my number from. But she also said that they connecting with her groups. They connecting from all over the world. They connected with the soul, because in their case, they in the Second World War, apparently in England, when there were the bombing in the town in London, in the city of London, sorry, Churchill suggests to get together all the at the soul level and connect to stop the bombing, and actually they did. They managed to stop the bombing. So she said from that story she's understood the power of us, the power that we have inside us, like also Rafael said, and then so yeah, so the power that we have inside, just by connecting and having a pure, clear intention, we can change. We can make a change. So it's very important to keep our vision clear. That it's world peace, like Dean said. So find peace inside. Obviously, because if you cannot find inside, you will not be able find it anywhere else. And then from inside, as a ripple effect, like Raphael said, you just need two people, one people, two people, and then as a ripple effect, it's contagious. So you can get big changes. The impossible become possible. So this is what we're doing as well with the announcement unit. So as you know, it's very important this week and then the past week and the next week to really bring this connection between all of us 24/7. Having the habit of not just one day, not just one afternoon, but every time you remember, you just connect, because Mr. Keshe taught us in the past teaching that with the negotiation, they're going very well. And if I understood correctly, the American president set up for the peace treaty. So we create a peace as we speak. So we have to keep going at the soul level and be strong, be focused, and be connected. And we know it's the fastest way. It always works. We have to just be clear on what we want and what we wish, and just keep doing it without stopping. And this is the result. So this is the result of our wish. So as we brought wish, this wish as a world peace. Now we know, we can see that the plasma technology, it will be disclosure more and more. So more and more we will know how to use this technology, and more we will also gain the knowledge of how the universe works. Because as you can see, the world floating in the universe, so we cannot not consider the universe in the equation, because we're floating in the universe. We will see the fruit of our work at the soul level, and this is the fruit already. So the three places, Linz, Tehran, and Arizona, where the first announcement unit will go. And then slowly from here, we're going to have more announcement unit and flying system be spread all around the world equally. And they will all connected with one another. And this will help us to also change the environment. So as we know, if we got good, clear intention, like Raphael just said, and if we change the environment, like Mr. Keshe also said, so changing the environment and having a clear intention, and I wish this, we cannot fail. So we have to just keep going and be patient. Now it's not time to look for who is guilty or who should be paid for it. But we actually just now, we elevate one another. So we don't looking for people to blame, but we're just looking how can we support each other. And if we can find a way to support each other, doesn't matter what happened around us, because we're always going to have solution, and the problem is not a problem anymore. So the union makes the force. So now we can go to the next slide. I'm going to be brief because we already all had a talk, and we go into the Mehran. I don't know if Andreas is here with us. I hope you enjoy the Mehran. I mean, it's been a success. I've been having a lot of receiving a lot of compliment how Andreas teaching. So it's really great to to have Andreas with us, so we can share more and more knowledge between us. So I don't know if Andreas is with us. It should be.
Hello, Stefania. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Nice to have you here, Andreas. I don't know if anyone has got questions regarding your last teaching, or yeah, or if you have in mind a teaching for this week.
There's a little something I would like to add as a cherry on the cream, whipped cream on top of it, for everyone to maybe amplify the peace process a little bit. So I would like to keep it very short, but yet it will be a couple of lines. So I would like to invite everyone to go with me into a short prayer, and this prayer is also a loop. So you need to understand that if you want to contain something, you have to be light that goes around. And that means you have to draw a circle or become the circle. And so we do what the Eastern people call maybe a mantra. We do a very short mantra or prayer to basically yourself. But just listen, and maybe you can close your eyes, so maybe you can see more with that. I wish to elevate my soul. I wish to elevate all the souls within me, and I wish to elevate all the souls around me. I wish to elevate my soul. I wish to elevate all the souls within me, and I wish to elevate all the souls around me. I wish to elevate my soul. I wish to elevate all the souls within me, and I wish to elevate all the souls around me. I wish to elevate my soul. I wish to elevate all the souls within me, and I wish to elevate all the souls around me. I wish to elevate my soul. I wish to elevate all the souls within me, and I wish to elevate all the souls around me. I wish to elevate my soul. I wish to elevate all the souls within me, and I wish to elevate all the souls around me. Thank you for listening. That would be part A of a two-part, and we will go next week to part 2.
Thank you, Andreas. Do you want to start, like, if anyone has got questions for last time? Maybe someone has a question. I don't know. I can't see if anyone has the hand up or.
You have Imgard had a hand up earlier. I'm not sure if it's associated with this teaching, but we can allow them to speak if it's appropriate. Go ahead, Imgard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I don't want that.
Do you want to say something, Imgard?
Okay.
I think it's inadvertent.
Okay, we'll mute that and lower the hand, and they can reset if they wish to. Okay, I'll remind our other attendees, you can use your virtual hand to raise your hand, then we can open the microphone so you can speak. Well, I thought the prayer was very appropriate and direct and clear. It's you elevate your soul, elevate the souls within you, then you can proclaim to be able to put the efforts forward to elevate others. Mr. Keshe said that a long time ago. In order to elevate others, elevate yourself first.
Rick, maybe I would like to add just a little bit more. So this sounds very easy and very couple, just a few words, but if you do that repeatedly, whenever you can, I mean, you do this silently, you don't speak it out, but just, you know, if you find yourself in a situation that could use some light, then try to do this. So I tried that a couple of times, and it definitely just changes the situation where you find yourself in. And so what I mean is it's a unification mantra or prayer. That's how I call it, because we basically speak to ourselves on a cellular level. All the souls are basically all your cells in your body, and then we also invite to become one with the surrounding. So, and this is basically you become like a radio tower that sends a certain vibration, and you basically are just willing to let go and you know, fly. And this is going then through like an orchestra that, you know, distributes the proper sound on an individual level. So yeah, maybe we can just try that out a couple of times and see how it goes. But you know, maybe don't drive. Try to sit somewhere still, and you know, so see how it goes.
Hello. Good afternoon. Thank you, everybody in motion. And maybe I present myself. UCS First Language, Mehran. I wanted to ask Andreas, especially for the newcomers, what do you mean by elevation of the soul? Please, thank you.
It's just I understand it like, you know, you release the heaviness of it, and so basically you can let go on one side, so gravitation reduces and you become lighter. And so in you know, imagine an elevator, you press the button, and at a certain time this elevator comes, and then you're able to go in many levels. And through repetition of these simple words, and you're basically inviting everyone inside you and everyone around you, this is as simple as it can be. And so this repetition will bring you, with some good breathing together, in a you know, you're very more part of the field in that state. And you know, you wish to become yourself as a plasmatic field, because that would be like the collective feeling of many going up in the air, so becoming like a cloud. And this situation will be continuously radiating with your intention or your wish, and the closer your wish is to your heart, the more intense it will be. And so if you use the picture of one planet, one race, one nation, and basically peace for everyone, this is how I would like to invite you to practice and to do with within.
Thank you. And how do you see your soul raised? How do you feel it? What's the outcome for you?
Okay, maybe I can put it in a short example. So there was like it was, I don't know, 2 years ago. I was sitting close to a river where there was a barbecue place, and I just bought a little bit to share with a friend, but this friend was suddenly not able to join me. And so I was a bit unhappy in that moment. And I remembered, you know, the words from Keshe when he mentioned about the elevation of the soul. So, and so I was sitting there in the sun and basically just doing some breathing, and I was just trying this out. What happens if I go, like, you know, when a computer just does the same thing over and over again, it seems to be like a mistake. But if you go in this error mode with good intent, I think it can only be a benefit. So, and what happened maybe 1 hour later, too many people actually arrived, and they also had more to share, and so I got invited, and we all had like a big feast, and nobody was missing, and we were just attracting each other somehow. So I would suggest that you know, the closer you are to your you know, inner mid or center, the less likely you have to care about what the outcome might be. But yet I think you will attract your reflection, what you are containing in that moment, and through this saying and prayer of becoming more light, I think it's just a slight you know, like a suggestion how you would benefit for yourself and everyone at the same time.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now that I have time, I wanted to know if it's something temporary, or does it last? This enhancement of the soul?
Well, you will remain in that state where you can contain that energy. So through practice, it will show it to yourself, I would say.
Thank you. How about serving people, as Mr. Keshe says, serving people, unconditional love, and wishing peace for the whole people? Which one is more effective?
Can you explain once more? I don't understand.
There's a way you says that we suggest to ourselves, I want to be raised, I want to elevate my soul, and people around me or in me. And then there is another way, which is serving people, unconditional love, giving, wishing soul for humanity, and yes. Which one is more solid, which stays more longer time or definitively to raise the soul? Between these two ways.
Well, I would suggest to practice the individual level, and the group level can be easier, but also, you know, when you go into the field, it needs to be like all need to go the same direction at a certain point, and you know, to understand and basically to be together and needs a lot of trust. And I would say, so if you can basically find the collective within you, then it will be easier as well to join groups of more people.
Yeah, for example, for individual level, how about detachment? Detachment of material connections with the detachment of material the material things in our life.
Well, this practice is just for the moment. I mean, for every instant that you choose it to be. You know, the discussions about matter in the past or in the future is for me less relevant, because when you can manifest what is in the moment within you, I think everything that is too heavy for you around will dissolve quite easily. So you draw the picture of what you want to see, not first maybe in the outside, but you focus to how you feel good within you, you know, and the more you can share that feeling with everyone and everything around, the field will feel better. And so we can just give what everyone, you know, has on its own or is able to give in many different ways. So the more we join like a collaboration and as an understanding as well, of course, you first need to understand you need to put yourself into pieces. So start with, you know, you have 2 legs, 2 arms, a torso and the head. So there are 6 parts. So, okay, you can say it's a team of 6, but if you go even deeper on a cellular level or on a plasmatic point of view, it's countless particles. And so it's more like a swarm of a collection, a collective gathering. So the more you are able to invite, you know, even more than yourself, you have to be peaceful to the guests that might arrive. So through this repetition of a couple of simple words, I try to connect, you know, on what I see between when you have the soul as a word, you basically see the soul in a cell, in an organ, as a human body, but also as the planet. And so basically you're able to connect on this stream in an image or in a river. We're all connected. We just need to find this, like a radio station that, you know, makes you feel happy because you're playing this music.
Yes. So you mean you control your emotions, the feeling of peace in the emotions, right? The momentary feeling of peace has to do with feelings.
Well, the choice is up to you, but if you take it a bit serious, that what goes around comes around, it will arrive at you again. So it's better maybe for you if you had enough beating in life to choose a different, you know, program that you're sending out, and so it will come back to you as well in a better way than before.
Thank you. I do the breathing, which Ms. Keshe said. Breathe in and slowly breathe out by the nose to nourish the soul. And so I essentially do that. And I have some meditations also, my own meditations, which is rather differently. It works differently around me. And thank you very much for your efforts.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, if there are no more questions, Andreas, have you got something that you want to show us? And your drawing, I mean, it was very interesting when you were teaching in the German group. I found it very interesting. We were talking about the amino acid.
Okay. 1 second. Maybe you can just add the star formation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Was really funny because last week also Jalal, do you remember he also talked as well, and he reminded me when Mr. Keshe told us not to talk when we're in star formation, in the evening. He said to us, when you practice in the evening, please don't talk between us, try not to talk. Do you remember?
Yes.
Mr. Keshe, yeah. And Jalal said in the last teaching, he said, did you manage, if you manage not to talk for 3 days, it's very difficult for me. It was very interesting because he said, I don't know if Jalal is also here, but he said he was making the point that if we wanted to switch into the soul and work from the soul, we have to switch off the device that they take us to the meta state, like speaking, thinking, and this really reminded me the Mojan when Mr. Keshe taught us to like even in the last Thursday workshop last Thursday, he said the same things again, where we have to really start to pay attention to the feelings and sensation. And I remember in the Mojan as well, it was said to us, do you remember when we done this game where we were in a circle and we have to guess how each one of us were feeling, and Mr. Keshe would give us like a second, like in second, you have to guess how the other person, which mood they were, which feelings they had, And if you were just hesitate and take a few minutes to answer, already you were out of the question, because with the soul is instant, the information comes instantly. And the moment you take time, then you go into the physical. So it was very interesting. So Jalal really remind me when we're in the Mojan. So it's definitely true that, but obviously, if you think as well, but I could really tell that it really helped us in the Mojan, because we were always practice. We not talking. I mean, it took us maybe a month to stop talking, because at the beginning we were always talk, especially me, Italian, and the other Mojan for Argentina. We were always talking. But definitely it was a big thing, the fact that we were spending a lot of time in silence, not talking, and it really make you go more in within, or more deeper. I don't know how to put it. I don't know if within is the right word, but yeah. So I really, Jalal really remind me when he said that you know, you have to stop relying from your sensor, like what you see, what you hear, you know, to be able to feel more. Mm-hmm.
Did I remind you that?
Yeah, you remind me. Here we go.
Okay. Can you send me 10 euro, please?
Can you guess how I felt when you tell you?
No, what's happening that we have a matter state devices, and this matter state devices is controlled by the emotion. So there is equal to these devices in a higher strength in the emotion. So if you stop any device in the matter state, you trigger the device which is in the emotion state. When you can enter to this world of the emotion, then it's very easy to go further to the dimension of the soul. And this is exactly what we are doing with the plasma. We come from the matter state, we go to the ganses, and then we go to the free plasma of these ganses. So it is not really, you know, Mr. Keshe teaching us all the time, but he do not put the names, because we put the names, we put thousands of names for something is similar, working similar in all this 100 names. So why I put a name if I understand what is behind it? And that's all. And we can do it, all of us, because we already done it before. When we was children, from age to 7 years, we don't use this matter state. We use the emotion. We use the sensation. We use the feeling. But unfortunately, because we live in the matter state and we need to distinguish through the matter state, we forget the emotion and the soul state. That's all. And by the way, thank you, both of you, you and Andreas. You are doing a very beautiful job to teach us how to go to this level of the motion.
Thank you, Gerard.
Thank you.
You help us as well.
Is there a way I can take the video camera on?
Sorry, you want to start your video? Is that what you said?
The camera, yeah.
Okay, we have to make you a panelist first, so I'll do that. And then I need to do a setting here. There, you should be able to start your video now.
We must bring you to the matter state. That's why.
Okay, so I think Jalal just remind me of, you know, the second you doubt yourself and you have a question, you postpone your answer to your own question. And if we have the word of alone, this is the state that we are usually afraid of, that we are just one entity. But what if there is just one L missing? And then we will be all one. So between question, which is the right one, the answer is always the same. So we know what the needs of people are. And if we meet those needs of people at our level, on our own level first, then we can basically give and become more of that what reflects of the light than of the need of what is too many for a few. So you are already all one, just it depends how you look at it. If either you are just one person and you find yourself alone, or you can see, no, there is more to it. And this alone could be this dot here. And now let's see the reverse. So when we have this prayer that I shared with you in the beginning, when you are this empty circle or this empty ball, when you basically fill yourself up through communicating, however you want to call that particle of yours, but it's the particle that is inside of you. And then you draw a bigger circle. And you also invite this. So basically you confirm that you are interested in a fusion of yourself as a particle with your environment. And to become basically then one entity that could contain many cores, but shows itself just as one or alone. It's up to you to choose. So either you have a question or an answer, but they also are offspring of yourself. So the more you apply what you know by life, what is good for you, most likely will also be good for your environment. And now we are just not aware that we are also just a reflection from the outside. And by integrating this understanding, the point is to become that one peaceful color that is communicating just by the color itself through all the levels of misunderstanding that this is peace. So it's like the white flag, but the white flag is already the opposite from whatever other flag. So when you can unite yourself, if you have a dispute within yourself between left and right, what is right and wrong, to unite those two opposites is what most people are stuck in many situations, me included. So basically then it's easier when you break yourself in billions of pieces and just imagine like you would be a sandman. So many sand particles are just together as a collective for yourself to become what means the shape of you. So that's what I meant by gathering from the outside. So you become a spot that is peaceful, that is providing unconditionally. And so that would be the only way to basically grow in understanding. And then you become a bigger ball. Does this make a bit more sense now?
Yes, thank you.
I think Sweat is trying to talk, but we're not hearing anything coming through the microphone. You'll have to check your settings in Zoom or reaffix your microphone, Shweta.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, hear you good now.
Oh, thank you, my dear Rick. Yes, I was answering dear Andreas. Thank you for the beautiful presentation. Yes, the conditions that you have said, all one, now, here, increases the field strength and thus the connection of the souls. This is why what I understood, my dear Andreas. So thank you. This is the creating the field strength for the oasis to come, as elevating the soul in this way and many other ways, as in a witnessing what is the condition, the truth. And there is a saying in ancient India scripts that when have you witnessed, have you seen, have you felt the labor, the hardness, the suffering, the pain of and then their heart became, despite of this, their heart became like a flower, a red rose, beautiful heart, even a kind glance they receive like kindness, they just receive and give you a blessing. And what has done? The prosperity, the abundance, the matter you have been through, and your heart became like stone. Have you witnessed that? That is the way. When we witness, we understand the soul is elevating in a way. And in this vanishing point, yes, there is together, but then in this vanishing point, who is with you? With your soul. All souls are with you. You are not alone. But physicality dispersed in a way. Like, there is the real universe working. And there is neighborhoods. And you cannot throw any garbage anymore. There is no so-called away. So this is the beautiful presentation always you give. And yes, of course, there's no need to watches anymore. This is the time of timelessness. And I will say that you have described it so beautifully. In your prayers, I am present. We are all present. Thank you, dear Andreas. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Okay. I'm just...
Yeah, thank you. Shweta, thank you.
We have Salamia here with a question or comment.
Yes, so lovely, Andreas, and all friends from Universal Council. So I love very much what you explained to us by alone and all one. It was a key, some key words to explain the reality of today to our political and spiritual leaders to understand in a simple way that at the soul level, all we are one. All the souls of this planet form the soul of our planet, and even more, the soul of the universe, because we are part of the soul of the universe and the reflection of the soul of the Creator. Mr. Keshe just explain us how to transmute from our soul, alone soul, to the Creator's soul, to understand that we become the totality, we become everything. When we are alone, we go out at the soul level from our body, from this physical body. And from this position, we can see everything, including our body. And everybody, when they go out from the body, they become this totality. So in this way, we understand that at the soul level, when the soul of man is free, he becomes united. And even when the soul of man is inside the there where is living inside our head, he's connected with everything. He's connected with all the universe, with every part, because beside time and space, where everything is non-localized, everything is one, just one. Why to fight one another? Because we are part for one whole. Humanity is a whole. The world, the universe is a whole. All is like a field, you know? We are part of this field, the primordial field, and we know that our soul is a collection of primordial fields. We have to understand this, that we live in 2 dimensions at the same time. And when we separate from this material dimension and we become a field, from a particle, we become a wave, if we wish, when we are alone. This is the aim, to fly, to become a wave. And when we become a wave, we are able to fly everywhere and communicate instant and transport instant, because we are just a wave. I mean, the waves of the fields. And this field is like a ocean, is a consciousness, if we can say like this, or the soul of the Creator, if we like to say like this, or the Creator and the reflection, the creation of the Creator, like a cup. In the cup, we have the creation, and the content, it's the Creator. So all the creation is the content of this cup of the Creator. The Creator is part of us, and we are part of the Creator. Why we have to fight? Why we have to destroy physical lives? For what? Because the universe is abundant on energy. Energy is emanated by these fields, by these waves of the fields. What we need is this universal chi, prana, Holy Spirit, ether, and we can have this by breathing. More we inhale this energy, and when we elevate our soul, I mean, we become more magnetical. We are ready to fly and to realize by flying that we are just one. You feel it, that you are one. You see with the eyes of your soul. You see, you detach from the physicality and you can see. I'm so happy that my mother, as a creator, I don't know, who gave it me this opportunity to go out from my body every night, like you and all other people, and to recharge our soul from the totality. In this way, we can function, because we recharge our battery with this principal field, magnetic field energy. So we become healthy, we become peaceful, and at the emotional level, we realize that by being good, feeling good, by speaking good and doing good, we can create peace in our body and peace between us, peace between nations, peace at the universal level. Only in our blue planet we have conflicts, wars. In the universe, everything is in balance. To be integrated in the universe, we need, this is a priority, to sign the peace treaty at the soul level. Each individuals, and especially the world leaders, and especially now at this crucial moment, it's very, very, very important that we put this wish every night and every day, every morning, like Raphael just informed us. Only by wishing we can influence all the souls of the people, because we are communicated, and we give free from our soul, and we receive also from them. We elevate our soul in order to be able to elevate others, as our friend Jalal already said. So I am confident that India will play a principal role, and I'm confident also in Chinese people that they will be wise. Even they have the strongest military in the world. This was just it's an instrument of showing that we have power, but they will not use it. Is for intimidating other nations. Now is not time to intimidate. Now is time to understand that we are a whole, and if we will do something bad to a part of our all of our organism, biological, planetary organism, we will do to ourselves. is like a boomerang. Everything is linked. Even in material world, everything is connected, and in at the soul, and also all what the mind of the human being created. Economy is linked. Social life of the planet is linked. Health of the planet, everything is linked. We have to understand that instead of putting money in military capability, better to put our efforts in building and creating peace, not conflicts. Thank you very much for listening me. I love you so much, Universal Council. The world needs you. You are the soul of the planet. Thank you very much. Much love to you.
Thank you, my friend. I take the opportunity to give my heart congratulations to dear Raphael and his group, all of them. Their work for 5+1, 2, their every night gathering, all is so touching, and I have no surprise whatever they may get out of their soul effort. Bravo again, thank you for all of us. And the second thing is, well, that's a kind of another idea of creation. It's said that creator is like a self-sustaining light, which is surrounded by all sorts of mirrors. And this light reflects to other mirrors and to other mirrors. And then somehow, according to how far and what is strength, it touches everything which exists. And we are part of what exists. Of course, we think we are very important, but we are a small part of what exists. And so, in a way, that's a blessing that we have a part of Creator in us. In a way, it's a pity that we have the power of choice, that some people choose to take what the other one has. So they have to get power. They have to kick that one out. They have to kill, torture, whatever. That's the whole problem for themselves also, in a way. Why? Because they have been given some light when they were born as a child, as a baby. Every time they do one of the things which hurt the other person, being, animal, or whatever, they lose a bit of that light. And at the end, it would be left nothing or very little accordingly of that light. They have stolen their light. They have stolen their part. What could they do for their future? If maybe, probably they don't believe there's a future for them. Okay, I'm dying and I will be buried in 1 meter by 70 centimeters, whatever, and that's all. But in fact, if we say that we have a soul and we say that we are part of Creator, they have lost all of them. They might have left billiards and billiards and companies and castles, but they become nothing because they have no power. They have no richness. It's like a small fly. They cannot fly. So, as Mr. Keshe said, maybe become a part of a cell, a part of a stone. And they have to be there for millions and milliards of years before they learn how to behave. So that's all different types of looking at reality or life or truth, because some people believe in reality. So if I don't see it, I don't touch it, it doesn't exist. It's all part of the importance of human being to be given the right to choose his destiny. So that's why people make war, because of greed, because I want to have everything others have, or at most that I can have. But I hope that peacefully we will gain anybody that would be less and less, they call PERT, less and less loss of souls. And the example of Raphael and people who constantly do things shows the days that we saw the results. So it means that these things pay. It's not just something irreal. And I'm very proud to be a small nothing of this group. And I thank everybody who has done a piece of everything. Mary, Rick, or all UCs. And I sincerely wish us all raise in our soul in peace of life, peace of mind, peace with surroundings, especially this year, which seems to be a very, very good year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maranas. I think now we're already 6 o'clock. I don't know if Sweta, you want to go forward, if there are no more questions for Andreas.
Yes, if any question, then you are welcome. And
yeah,
if there is,
yeah, or
yes.
if Andreas want to finish, yeah, but if there are no questions, Andrea, you finish, we can move to the next slide.
Yes, of course, indeed.
Go on, please.
Okay, Sweta, if you want to go to the next slide. But I have to say, I never realized this word, all alone. Very good. Okay, thank you so much, Andreas, for today. And we see you next week. Are you going to be here next week as well?
Yeah, I will.
Thank you.
Loop myself, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Steph.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all beautiful souls. My dear Rick, can we go to the next slide? Yes, bring the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. All is one. Please welcome, dear ones, if there is any question, any guidance, advice, or any love to share, please do.
Well, there's a comment from Lisbeth in the chat who says, thank you, every soul, that every day we reunite to elevate the soul of beings and this planet, all united with love as a single soul. We are the soul of peace, harmony, and justice. For all of us, we unite with the universe. Thank you, Lisbeth.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you so much, Elizabeth.
Okay, well, do we have any further questions for members of the Universal Council, or comments on the topics of today, or anything new that somebody would like to bring up as a something they need a solution to in their area? Alfred says in the chat, I wish to elevate the soul of Europe and European Union to advance in peace and freedom.
I am present in your beautiful wish, my dear Alfred. Thank you.
I am present as well.
I'm present.
I'm present.
I'm present.
I'm present.
And since that's brought up, I'd like to balance that with also to elevate the souls of those in the Ukraine and Russia to also advance in peace and freedom. And of course, once we say that, we have to include all of the beings on the planet, because everybody's involved in this in one way or another in the situations unfolding. So I guess the wish has to extend as a general wish to elevate all souls to advance in peace and freedom.
Yes, my dear Rick, I am present. As there was a drawing Andreas has drawn, the oneness, the one comes from all, and the all, or the one comes from all that is love. As you said, the elevation of all that is love. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm present.
Yes.
I am present 2 weeks. Very, very nice.
Thank you. If there is no question or anything to say for now, can I add something, my dear Rick? A few words.
Of course.
Yes. Oh, thank you. I am adding this via Telegram, posted by beautiful soul Raphael to every telegrams we have in the foundation. And as we are talking about the elevation of the soul and elevating the souls from one to all, and this is what a script he does always the hard work, beautiful work, a script, a little message he has taken from my Masaya Shriman M. Keshe's classes, and this is that how the soul elevates the power of intention. Telegram from Brazil. Suddenly, last week we received information that the Brazilians, oh, you have read that? Yeah. But the highest quote, then towards the end of the silence period of our daily intention, we ask people to focus on resolution of situation. Oh, you have presented that. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. But I will again repeat it, because it is always, the Brazilian team just want to everybody to know that the power to change our world is within us, and we encourage all the countries to organize themselves. It's hard to accept the simplicity with which we have access the soul of the Creator, and it's finding that sincere emotion and feeling inside, and wanting to serve the others. Believe it or not, we started with just the sincere wish of the two people. That's all you need to start, and then the rest grows. Thank you, dear Rafael. And yes, of course, the point of view. Would you understand the ethical field of the plasma within you? What is your susceptibility? The world is an open book. Have you reached the truth? Have you understand the heart of flowers? Have you understand what is needed? That is why we need to elevate all as one. Thank you. This is what I wanted to say, and thank you for listening to me. Well, I also want to add that if somebody, elevation of the soul, universe is always there, was, is, always will be. The Creator's unified field is always there. It's if you are kind enough to understand the need, or there is a need you see, that is depends on you, as the world is open book. And like the mother, the milk came, and when the child is born, and the mother gives the child immediately the milk, and then you understand the need of that moment. But when there is the milk came, and the mother in condition or conditionally gives away the child to be in an orphanage, that is also a condition without. So here we have to understand universal energy is so beautiful, and we can harness it like the milk of the mother anytime. Be a child like that. So thank you, my dear, for listening. Thank you, everybody. Now we can go to the next slide.
We do have a question from Jack in the YouTube that I just found, who's saying, how can we convince our legislatures and leaders to eliminate secrets? The truth will create equality and peace.
Yes, the truth will eliminate inequality and unpeacefulness, and be in peace. But they are also people like us. We don't have to hang on them. We are what we are. You have to understand this. Everything is from within you. If you understand that, there is no leader, there is no king anymore. We are all one. That is the way we have to behave, understand in the level of understanding. So this is the answer. If you I say like this point of view, and it is also a point of view from your side, that we are not separate. We are all part of each other, and you can feel the freedom to understand that there is no leader, there is no religion, there is no foundation. The key is there. Don't look for the food. The food is only 20%, or even not. The conditions are all that is. Don't pick a rose from a garden and go away. Be in the garden, or with all the roses always. So this is the answer from me. Thank you for the question.
Thank you, Shweta. I wanted to add it to our friend. Why not we reveal our secrets now? We reveal our secrets about the beauty of trying to attain peace of the soul, loving humans, loving animals, and attaining prosperity, not by killing or robbing, attaining prosperity from the universe. Like Jesus that did that. Jesus was a master. He had the knowledge how to make plenty of bread, plenty of wines out of what there was 2,000 years ago. Why not we reveal little by little, as much as people can understand, this message of attaining our universe to get what we want, which is unlimited, there is no limit. And we have been given this chance to attain it by some conditions, which is peace and love and generosity and kindness. And that's maybe revealing our own secret now to them. Instead of asking them to reveal their secrets, because they can go on with that, but which one lasts at the end? The light. Because we people who have the soul, work on the soul, detached from materials, we have, I mean, I'm not talking about me, but we have such a power that anywhere we can get what we want from the universe. Who is more powerful? Who is more rich? So maybe we can talk about these things, and so everybody gets prosperity. We do the star formation cups to be fed. Why being afraid of whatever it might be lacking because of this or that? So which one is more prosperous? Our secret, Jesus' secret, Moses' secret, all these secrets which has been hidden. So that was funny. Thank you.
Jack went on to say, corporate secrets keep us enslaved to jobs and debts. Government secrets keep us funding wars. I think you answered quite well, Marinus and Shweta.
Thank you. Thank you.
Becomes a personal thing. We change ourselves and actually the whole universe changes then.
Hi,
Yes.
Rick, it's Dean again. Sorry, Shweta, may I say something?
Yes, of course, of course.
Thank you. So I've been listening to the beautiful teachings again, and I've come to see some conditions. I notice a grain of sand that lands in another place, swept up by a plasma wind, and that one grain of sand from a desert has landed in another nation. And that grain of sand has been joined by many others. And if everything has a soul, then the soul of the grain of sand has joined with the other grains of sand and moved position. When a soul creates a condition, you can move mountains of sand. They join together as one. A condition made in one part of the planet, one situation, one condition, can change a condition and create new environments somewhere else. When we give unconditionally, we receive back. When we're in a position where we just take continuously, there comes a division. a position where you have this dividing of a cell. And one part will become stronger and one weaker. The sands of time, the sands of the creation of every soul is all drifting upon plasmatic winds, dimensions, in the matter state and in a plasmatic condition on a soul level, all being taken to different places in time and space, in a space gap, in an energy flow. And we're all part of it. We've just been experiencing and listening to many explanations of the one soul. We're all part of this environment. So when we take from one position continuously, then as part of the total, we can expect to have a condition that will affect us on many levels, many dimensions, both personally and on a soul level, like the grain of sand that is shifted. So you may move one position, one grain of sand, and this in turn will move many other positions and grains of sand. And if your intention is to help and give, then this can be a prosperous, beautiful, giving, wondrous time. That one grain of sand that can shift a perspective, a thought, a process, a nation, a continent, a planet. Because if one soul is a grain of sand and one soul is a planet, or one soul is a galaxy, within the body structure of another unit, just like the cells in our body, one cell connected to all the other cells, we have a choice with our thoughts, with our intentions, to create conditions that help and give to many others. And that intention is deep within inside ourselves. And that is a personal level contribution, not only to yourself, but to all. And the choice is really your choice, your decision, using the condition of thoughts and intentions from our physical structure. If we go into the teachings of the Mojans that we've just experienced, then we become very still and we let all those thoughts and intentions gently drift away, and we become the one soul. We become the grain of sand within the universal flow and part of the bigger totality. So there's some thoughts there. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dean. I have a wish, if I may. I wish that as soon as possible, the sincere souls of this planet will find and implement a new way available for all planet, not only liberalism and not only communism, because now is a fight between ideology. They use ideology for power struggle, for control. What we need a single social model, societal model for all the world based on common denominators from all civilization, taking into account our spiritual values and our common interest. And what is our common interest? To survive together with this beautiful planet and not only to survive, but to develop and elevate the soul. So a societal model in synchrony and harmony with the development with our soul. This I wish. This is my wish, and I hope that you are with me. This is the third way which can unify India, China, Russia, America, France, Germany, all big powers of the world, to put together their minds in order to create prosperity for each human being, not only for a minority which is already rich. I hope that this wish will become reality as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
I am present, my dear. Thank you.
Thank you, Sveta. Sveta. How I can spell your name? I always...
Yes. It is Shweta. Shweta.
Shweta. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Shweta.
you.
I think the common denominator, I think it should be serving. Serving, I think, is the common denominator for universe.
Great. Yes, very nice. Yes, my dear, you are right.
I'm learning.
My dear Rick, if there is anything more there.
We have one open question in the YouTube from Sebastian. I'm not clear on what it means. How can I gain the ability to see the aura if I can only see the soul at the moment? Not
You
really
can see the soul.
He says, if I can only see the soul at the moment, he wants to gain the ability to see the aura.
You can see the aura and the soul too, if you go within, you know. And I will say that create and magnify, I will say in magnitude, the love within you. You can see all that is love, more than anyone. So this is the way. You cannot gain, you can understand. Gain is not the word. Here, nobody gains, nobody loses. If you understand, then the ethical field works. So this is my answer. Thank you. I mean, this is my point.
I see that it was actually connected to a previous statement by Miss May, who said, when auras can be seen, there is no hiding conditions of the heart. Then Sebastian says, how can I gain the ability to see the aura if I can only see the soul at the moment?
If I can add by experience, kind of, if you like children, you understand children, you give the right to children, very small children, like 1 year to 3 years old. You get close to them by the same attitude that they are right, that you are soul to soul committed. If they react, it means that they see your aura. They see something the adults don't see. Because they are able to see something and they react, they laugh, they got quiet, they get close to you. So they can see that the innocent little children almost before they can really express it. And then they lose it. The same children, they lose it when they get to 5, 6. So you try to see what happens.
Well, also the answer and the point of view is in the plasma dynamics. Well, we don't say aura, we say the field strength, the structure of the light you can see. And you, if you understand, then you can see. You are going to interact with that. You cannot gain or lose anything, you know. And this is the key of this universal unified field of the universal creator, that you understand the field strength, and thus we all within us, with all of us, you know, like that. And you understand the aura is not defined in plasma fields like that, but the field strength is always there, and you can understand, you can feel, you can see, you know, a radiant beautiful smile, or from anybody, a radiant beautiful being, wherever, you can understand that. That is the way we understand things, you know, in plasma way, as we are all plasma beings, you know. Well, yes, this is my point of view. There may be another also, because, yeah, thank you.
Sebastian goes on to say, get my glasses here just a second. Says, I gain the ability to see the soul through working on myself, because I look with the eyes of the soul, but I do not see the aura, because I do not see the soul of the body.
Oh, this is very beautiful. You have to see the souls, but you haven't opened the ethical field. Open the ethical field, the universal unified field of the soul. Travel with it. Then you can see the aura. If you gain that ability, then you can understand this also, my dear.
I would take another perspective. I'm trying to see what Sebastian's saying. And if you see the soul in someone else, you'll see the star in someone else. You may not see the aura because you're looking directly at the soul, who may not have an aura, because, like he says, that's the soul of the body, not the soul of the man. So that's something to consider.
Yes, yes, of course.
First of all, there are instruments, kind of medical instruments, that they can show the aura. This instrument show the aura and which part is lighting well. So there are things to see the aura. And in fact, it's the magnetical radiation of the body, of the soul, of the body. So kind of magnetical strength. And I forgot what I wanted to say, but it can be seen.
But well, those machines don't show the soul, though, do they? They show the aura of the body, correct?
Yes, exactly. The whole thing which is around the body. Mm-hmm. The first sphere.
We don't have machines that can take a picture of the soul yet.
Thanks God, no. That's our secret.
So if you're looking at the soul in someone else, you wouldn't be able to take a picture of it.
No, it's empty.
So it doesn't have an aura. That's what I'm kind of getting to.
Yes, yes. The answer you have. Yes, you have answered correctly, Rick. Though anybody or those who answered, like if you see the soul star to star, then there is no aura. Indeed. Thank you.
But there might be a ray that you would see. Like if you look at a star, we see the rays of the star. That's what we see. And there are colors of rays, you might say. And Mr. Keshe has talked about souls having color in essence, or some sort of strength that's measured in a sort of a frequency, more of a color, more of an aspect of the rays.
There is
Something to
an
think about.
exercise. There is an exercise we used to do. I just did it. It didn't work. Maybe it's not. You get the middle finger of each hand. You get them close to each other, the points, without being touched. And then you see a color. At the time I saw the color, it might be gold, it might be rose. Now I'm doing it, but maybe I'm not concentrating. So with these 2 points of middle finger, you can see the color of the aura.
All right. Are you seeing the soul, or is it just the aura?
I think it's very bad if I see the soul of somebody, or somebody sees me, but it's an empty stuff. But if you notice the picture of the saints, they have some light coming out in the pictures, like stars around the head of the saints.
A halo, they call it sometimes.
Halo, exactly. So people, even at the time, they have seen that. Personally, myself, I wish I never have that in the street, because it's a big, big, big bother. No thanks. I think it's a very, very, very embarrassing thing to have that in the street.
What, you wouldn't want to be elevating others out in the street?
But
you wouldn't want to radiate your brilliance out in the street, the brilliance of the soul out in the street? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just to show that hollow, no, because that doesn't help them. They don't understand how to get elevated.
So you wouldn't want to be a saint out in the street, you're saying, you just do it at home.
Because people see physicality. If they see that,
Are you saying that you can only be a saint at home and you shouldn't do it in the street? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. If.
Okay, well, that's your perspective. I have a different perspective. I think when you're out in the street, that's when you should have your halo on full blast, if you're able to be totally present and joyful and to influence others if you can.
No, that's a different thing. I can influence by smile or whatever. But if people follow me, that's very embarrassing.
Well, either you're present or you're not present. That's the whole thing, Mehran.
Yeah, we can be present.
That's where the halo is, in being fully present. That's what those saints are.
That's
and
what
I don't think the saints pull it back when they're out in public, because we see all the pictures are out in public, or they're in a park, or they're among a congregation of people, and they're glowing there, right? They don't just glow by themselves in the monastery.
It's not the time yet. It's not the time.
Oh, I think it's the time. I think the world needs that. That's the coming of the Mahdi, the presence of the consciousness of Christ and all of that. That's what it is. It's coming onto the planet and sweeping through all of the whole planet like a wind. And people are becoming present, and they're glowing, and it's giving off the rays, and that's what's elevating. That's the whole elevation process. Not everyone picks up on it, but they may at some point. Everybody gets what they need at the time, and we all are like mushrooms that pop up at certain times, but the mycelium network is there all the time underneath the field, and you never know when the mushroom is going to suddenly pop up.
Yeah, if you
start glowing.
If you have the field of kindness and attention to people, goodwill, It absolutely shows, no matter how you get dressed, how you look like, it absolutely shows and attracts respect and cooperation.
Well, kindness is just the aspect of the state of being present, which has many aspects.
Yes, present also.
That's the 99 names of God. If you're totally present, you have all those aspects. There are as many as you can manifest in your physicality, restrictions, and so on. Right?
Yeah, but see what happened to Jesus.
Okay, well, you can stay in your hole and be human all you want. But yeah, well, that's the sacrifice. Are we willing to become like Jesus, or are we going to just become like Judas? Take your choice, because that's the choice point we're at in our world right now, I think. There's many that are siding with Judas, and that truth will come out, and it's coming out really rapidly right now. We see our leaders are just falling apart. Their whole story is falling apart. The religions are in a total upheaval, and it's that aspect is not working anymore. But at the same time, we have people that are standing up for freedom of the soul, freedom of the ability to be present and do things as long as it doesn't hurt others, and to be of benefit to others and so on, and to do it joyfully and without repression. And they're standing up and they're being present, and you can feel their love. You can feel that consciousness of Christ coming through in people now. And there's brave souls that do that. We saw it in the truck convoy people that were protesting in Ottawa here. And some of them are still in jail from that. And they're in jail because they brought themselves fully present, and that scared the authorities. That was like, we don't want people being independent and free and conscious and thinking and feeling. That's too much power for the regular person. So they tend to repress it, but they can't do that anymore because that force is too strong. The force of love is taking over the planet, and it will prevail. And you can either choose to partake in that, or you can choose to watch it, or you can choose to work against it. That's sort of the options. And we're all in some measure in between there somewhere. And it's a very hard place to come from, because if you're totally present with detachment and love, unconditional love, and just exuding that out in public, then yes, you'll probably have some repercussions, or people calling you crazy, or trying to ignore you, or some other thing. But you can do it subtly. You don't have to be bothering people, or like you say, you just smile. But if you're totally present and conscious in that moment, then that's different than just smiling to be nice to people.
I understand. I tell you, for years, maybe about 10 years, I don't go out very much because of pandemic now. I had been attracting children in the bus. The first time was in the train, and in the park, in the street, when they cry, when they are nasty, whatever, they listen to me, they become happy, they smile like they see the clown, I was saying. And I have to tell parents, don't worry, if he follows me, I take the children towards me for whatever reason. And so it becomes kind of embarrassing to explain it to parents. They don't like it. They think that's against their power of. So when in this small level of very, very little, I feel embarrassed. So I don't want to say it about adults. how to explain or what to wear, so because mostly I have to explain to parents, don't worry if it follows me and he follows me. And so I had the experience and I felt I have to explain and embarrassing. So it's when you're in the street, you want to talk, you walk and not to explain things. So
Yeah, well, you have to get over that because it's we don't need to be embarrassed by our manifestations of the essence and of the soul. That's up to the people that aren't able to see that's around you. They'll have to deal with that, and eventually they'll understand if they come to that understanding. But I think that we have to be strong and confident and not allow ourselves to be suppressed in those kinds of ways, to be embarrassed by being present and being like a child in public. Maybe you'll do something totally childish because you feel so free and uninhibited with the ordinary considerations of the humans of Earth, which have all their cultural and other inhibitions that run their lives. But most of us that come to this teaching have tended to detach from some of the ordinary things in life, and we go for the core values and are looking really toward the soul aspects, and that brings out a different part of us than most people are used to. And that can be a bit of a shock to some, or it can be a delight to others. So don't be afraid, because you might bring out the child in that other adult, and they might suddenly break into a big smile and go, "Oh, you're so like a young, innocent child. I really like that in you," or something like that, So don't be too afraid, but we have to also have discernment and be careful and have wisdom in our interactions and that sort of thing as well. But there's a lot of room now for being present in our soul, in our essence, and just being there rather than having to be there as a specific thing or person, as your work or whatever to define you. Is just being there in a state of presence and love for whoever can receive it. And that's kind of a new ball game that's opening in the world now. I think it's really opening up very rapidly, and we can all choose to participate in that dispersal of the fields, like Dean presented before us. The grains of sand is a very nice analogy.
I think we need a strength and take responsibility. That's something already. Take responsibility, ownership for what we have or what we do,
Absolutely. And the authorities that we might have relied on before may not be there for us. So it's time to rely on ourselves. And that inevitably brings others like us around us, and that becomes a supportive network that we can rely on. Anyway, I didn't want to pull things out too long here. We did go longer than expected. And so is there anything else that anyone would like to say here?
Yes, I thank you, my dear Rick, for your beautiful words. And I want to say, adding to you, that, the stars in the night, how we react to the twinkling stars, like a star we are too, like that. The Frank Sinatra song, When We Become One, strangers in the night coming together. In the night, we become the stars coming together. That is the gravity of that magnitude. So thank you, my dear one. Thank you for your kind words, beautiful words. Thank you, Mehran. Thank you. And now If there is no question, we can, yes. This is the contact of the UC Universal Council members, those who are active. Please do send your mails, messages, love, advice, guidance to these email addresses, and you are welcome to the foundation, to Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute. Thank you so much. Rick, can we go to the other side? There's an, yes, yes, I'm going to read this beautiful verse. We are here to serve, not to be served. The Universal Council. Thank you. Thank you, my dear beautiful souls. Salam, namaste, salute.
Okay, we have one last question that I need to deal with here from Sebastian in the YouTube, who asks, can I translate the EC Constitution, that's the Earth Council Constitution, into Slovenian? I read the Italian version. Can I translate this, or do I need the English version? And what about translating KF Wiki into Slovenian?
Yes, yes, you can do. You can do it. It is the freedom we have. Any language you can do. Thank you for asking, Sebastian. Thank you so much.
Okay, and he could, I guess, send that to a member of the Universal Council, and they can handle that. So you can get the addresses from the previous slide we just showed. Okay, thank you, Sebastian. Thank you, members of the Universal Council today. Been a lovely meeting. Is there anything else we need to talk about or announce here? Do have the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group coming up. Let's get the other, just a second here while I share. Keshe Plasma Reactor Group coming up Wednesday starting at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And that's for people that like to share their experience of the plasma technology, perhaps some experiments or other concepts you'd like to discuss. And it's open to both beginners and more advanced people that would like to get some answers from some of the more advanced knowledge seekers that are available in that group. Okay, there's nothing else. I guess that's it for today. Thank you, Universal Council, for today's show. And thank you, everybody, for your questions and comments. Okay, I'm going to play the Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit music version, as I like to play these days. And we'll see you all in the next public workshop.
My dear Rick, I want to say something. I want to say the reaction of the reactor is clap, 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 and dance.
Thank you, Sweta. All right, here we go.